Right, man, we're staying on that subject. This is going to be a bit hard for some people, maybe, but so many great fighters that were cut down in their prime because of too many punches, man. This is a good example.
Their neurological system is compromised.
So what do you do in a situation like that?
What can I do? If it's a person that I know, I try to tell them, you have to stop.
And
You gotta stop.
what's the answer usually?
Most of the time, they don't want
They
to
don't
stop.
want to.
They reject it. They're mad at me. I've seen. I had one very public thing that I did with a very good friend of mine who had been knocked out a bunch of times in the UFC. And I had to tell him on a podcast after he got knocked out, I'm like, you have to stop. You have to stop. I'm like, this is going to keep happening and it's going to get way worse. Like, because once you've been knocked out a bunch of times, there's also a thing that happens where it's more easy to knock you out. You can't take a shot anymore.
That's right. Yeah, which was the case with this kid, Ty. He kept on being knocked out. And so did he stop?
He did. Yeah, my friend did. But he fucking was very mad at me for a while.
Yeah.
So was a lot of his friends. Now he's so happy and he thanks me.
What does he do now?
He does podcasting.
That's great.
Yeah, but it was a real problem where we were all aware of it, but no one wanted to say anything. But I've just been involved in this world my whole life, and I've seen it my whole life. I've seen people that never had a career in fighting, and they just got brain damage from sparring. And I knew that I was on that road myself. Like I remember one day when I was 21, laying in bed after sparring, and my head was throbbing, and I was just lying on the pillow, and my head was beat, just bing, bing, bing. With every beat of my heart, my head was throbbing, and I was like, what am I doing to my brain? Like, what am I doing? And how much damage have I already done?
Wow.
Because a lot of brain damage doesn't even show up until years after the injury.
Crazy shit, man.
And, there's just everything.
Marciano got hit with so many punches and fucked so many people up, and he seemed absolutely fine, mate. And other people take one shot and they're fucked. Feel luck in a draw, I guess.
Just one or two knockouts. And so he's one of the group talk now. Like he was planning a comeback. He waved the fight off, and everybody was so mad at